So let's keep talking about John chapter 2 today as we continue into our 21 days of devotionals on the book of John. We're talking about the water into wine. I love this miracle, but I love the fact that Jesus, when he's seen those empty vessels, he looked at the servants, he said, now fill those vessels with water. Now that's a big deal for so many reasons, because God is constantly inviting us to participate in his work. That's a big deal. You see, Jesus didn't need those guys to do that at all. If Jesus can turn water into wine, then Jesus could turn air into water. Jesus can turn an empty vessel into a full vessel. He didn't need them, but he invited them to participate in the miracle, just like he does for us today. You see, years ago, and occasionally I still make this mistake, that I go to God and I say, God, check out this great thing that I'm doing. I'm doing this really good thing. You're going to be really proud of me. I'm so glad that I can offer you a hand here, God. Now I ask you to bless what it is that I'm doing. Now that all sounds kind of crazy, don't it? But I think we're probably all guilty. We ask God to bless it. And just because I'm doing a good thing doesn't necessarily mean that that's where God wants me to be. It doesn't necessarily mean that's the work that God wants me to do. And so what I started doing was I said, God, show me where you are working, show me where you are at, and allow me the strength and determination to go to that place. Because God, if I find you, then I find your provision, and I find your blessing, and I find your favor. So God, show me where you're working and invite me to that place. And you know what I have discovered? That God is constantly inviting us to participate in his work, to participate in the miracle. He doesn't need you. He doesn't need me. Because here's the beautiful part too about the story, is that these guys were asked to fill it up, right? And John, I love it that he put this detail in there. He said they filled it to the brim. That means that there is no more capacity to put anything else in. One more drop, we're overflowing. Now see, your definition of full and my definition of full may be completely different definitions. But I think that we can agree, no matter our color, no matter our denomination, no matter our background, that when we talk about being full to the brim, I think you and I can agree that that is 100% full. But see, Jesus was about to transform what was inside of it. Jesus didn't add to the water. He invited them to, and he transformed whatever they put in there. Oh my goodness gracious. You see, I don't offer a lot. But if God is going to invite me to participate in his work, then I should do the best that I can with what I have. Because Jesus, let's say that your definition of full would have been halfway, then it would have been a pot that was half full that had transformed into wine that was half full. You understand? Jesus didn't add to what they added. He simply transformed what was inside of those vessels. So I don't offer a lot to God. I don't do God any favors. God invites me in. That's grace. That's beautiful. He invites us in. And when he does, we could say, oh my goodness, I don't have much to offer, but let me do this one thing. I can pour water, and I'm going to pour water better than anybody in this room pours water. I'm going to fill this bad boy up until you get to the brim. And what Jesus did with what they did was incredible, because what they did, he transformed. Man, listen, be encouraged today. God is inviting you to participate in his work. Don't get caught up in trying to ask him to bless the good thing you're doing. Ask him what it is that you want me to do, God. Where is it that you're working? And show me and invite me to that place. Because in that place, I'll find your provision. I'll find your favor. I'll find your blessing. I'll find that miracle. Love you guys.